Good morning, everyone. Welcome to CandyCoated Conversations. This girl Candace here. You guys, it is Friday morning and we made it. We have made it through this work week. Hey, early bird Baps, good morning. How are you today, lady? So you guys, we are just going to do what we always do in the morning. We're going to run through today's trendy topics, see what's going on in the world, and just, get the day started off right on a positive note, hopefully. That's happening with everyone. I do have a kind of a down story that I am going to touch on today, but we will see. We will see. We'll discuss it when we get there because I definitely am not feeling good about this story. Good morning, Heidi. How are you? Okay, so I'm going to start sharing my screen and we're going to just hop around and see what's going on in the world here. Let's see. And you guys know we're going to hop around to several of the spots to see who has any good stories, okay? Okay, so let's see. Do we care about Shannon? It says Shaq calls out Shannon Sharp for saying he's envious about not being considered a basketball GOAT. Ugh. Yeah, let's see. So it says Shaq had time today. He shared some words for Shannon Sharp, who said basketball. Hold on, this little picture is getting in my way, guys. Go away. Says basketball legend is envious about not being brought up in GOAT conversations. Shaq shared a few messages to Sharp, including if you ain't ranked in the top 10 in your profession, then you can't speak on me. Ooh, okay. Yes. Okay, so let's see what is said here.
To see another guy Shaq's size with his athleticism that was as dominant as him. Shaq should have 5 MVPs. He sees a guy like Nikola Jokic that's not as dominant as him and gets 3 and 4 years. But see, when you historically great, they talk about you as great basketball player, the GOAT, and Shaq is never brought up. And I think a part of him is envious of that.
When we talk about the greatest basketball players of all time as far as the GOAT conversation, Shaq's name is never brought up in that?
Yeah. It's hard for me to put somebody in the GOAT conversation with 1 MVP, regular season. It's hard, Gil.
Okay, so Shaq says, you took me sticking up at Shy as jealousy of Joker. Shows how smart you are and how you say anything to get clicks. So here's some clickbait for you. If you ain't ranked in the top 10 in your profession, then you can't speak on me. Don't forget, I know what you did to get where you at. Me, jealous, sounds like you. Ooh, okay, here. I know you trying to stay relevant by gossiping on your podcast. We don't believe you. You need more people. And in case you forgot, 4 rings, 3 finals, MVP, top 50, and top 75. Google me. And to be quite frank, all this new success you got, you still under me. You don't know my worth ethic, but according, when you start typing fast, I work less than you, but I'm worth more than you. Make it make sense. Love you too. If you need help making money, it's better ways than gossiping. I'm too old for this ish. Love always the most dominant big man ever who never took it serious. Remember, I don't know you, and in the words of Skip Bayless, I'm better than you. Hashtag G14 classification. I have it. You don't. Not in my profession. And your GOAT debate never wanted to be the GOAT. I wanted to be who you should greet me as. The most dominant ever. The apex, hashtag the apex predator. Okay. Shaq says the daddy don't usually respond, but I got time today.
The president of the Big Man Alliance. You are the vice president of the Big Man Alliance. You know I love you. You're the best player in the league. I want to congratulate you, but I want you to hear from me first. I thought the SGA should have been the MVP. That's no disrespect.
Does he have any business speaking on somebody else's? Shannon Sharp at this point, he feels like it's okay for him to just speak on anything with his that he has. So he feels like he wants to, put his mouth on everything. So I mean, I definitely get it, but I definitely get um Shaq clapping back, like, hey, this is the real deal. Here's another sports related. Angel Reese speaks
times.
about
I
people
mean, proven us
criticizing
that
her
a
for
lot of people
attending
told
the
me I should
Met
have went to
Gala
the Met
ahead
Gala.
of
I wasn't
game
gonna be
against New
focused
York
on
Liberty.
against the runner-ups, and I went to the Met Gala, slayed the Met Gala in New York, came back, slayed against New York. Like, it's what I do. I mean, obviously, I give a lot of confidence to so many different people, and knowing like I'm not one-dimensional. Women don't have to be one-dimensional. They don't have to do one thing, and I think just continue.
So why was she getting slack for going? And somebody made this comment right here that I want to read. And Caitlin Clark is another female. It's one of Angel Reese's counterparts, but she's a white woman. And I have to agree here. Someone said, "I guarantee you, if Caitlin Clark went to the Met Gala, she would have never faced any criticism. Let this queen live her life. Stop hating on her because she's winning. Even Caitlyn couldn't do that." So yeah, what is the issue that she was there? She showed up to do her job, and evidently she did a good job. It's not like she was sloppy on, which that's another thing. Had they lost, they would have tried to blame the loss on Angel Reese as if she had anything to do with it. I mean, come on, yeah, y'all are getting a little ridiculous trying to pinpoint certain things on her. Lots of sports related stories this morning, you guys. It says, here, let me read this first. Looking on the bright side, former NBA star Glenn Big Baby Davis reacts to being sentenced to 40 months in prison for defrauding the NBA's healthcare plan. So let's see what he did. It says a federal judge sentenced Davis to 40 months behind bars after he was found guilty of defrauding the NBA's health insurance plan out of millions of dollars. Davis, alongside 21 other people, allegedly filed false medical claims with the NBA players' health and benefits welfare plan. He was also ordered to serve 3 years of supervised release and to pay $80,000 in restitution. So let me see what he had to say.
I do that actor shit. I got a cold imagination. I'm gonna have to choke the chicken in the bathroom. That's crazy. I'm gonna be swole though. I swear to God, I'm about to get in so much shape. Oh God, that's the only way you can stop.
Look, he talking like a man that knew he was guilty from the jump, because the only thing he's not saying, "Oh, woe was me, I gotta go to jail." He's over here talking about, "Dang, I gotta choke my chicken in the bathroom," and he said he gonna work out while he's in jail. Look, he gonna get physically fit, I guess, so he don't have to fraud the healthcare plan. The first step is to be in shape, I guess. So that's a little wild that he's not concerned about it at all. So let's see. Oh, this came out yesterday, you guys. I thought this was sweet. Congrats out to Justin and Hailey Bieber. They announced they're expecting their first child together. And they are a young couple, but they have been married, I believe, 6 years. And now they're deciding to welcome a child into their family. So congratulations to them. It looks like, they waited till, she was really showing, before they announced it. So here's some little video that they put out, you know. Congratulations to them. So I don't know what they're doing. Looks like, I don't know if they're renewing their vows or something like that, but that's what it appears to be. So congratulations to them on that. Let's see. Here's another congratulations. Kelly Rowland and Tim Weatherspoon celebrate 10 years of marriage. Kelly says, "To the greatest man I've ever known, the best decision I've ever made. I love you with my whole heart and then some. And I ain't no walk in the park all the time. Neither are you, LOL. But when we apply God's love to us, our family, and our home, we can get through anything. Happy 10 years, my love. Here's to forever." So that's sweet.
My dad is really fun. He could get a little, he could get a little tough. He could get tough, but in a good way. But it's
That's their
so fun to
son.
have this guy always next to me. When I'm sleeping, when I'm awake, and taking me to school every morning, listening to music. And I love doing that with them.
Aw. That's so sweet, you guys. Aw. There's some more pictures of them celebrating 10 years.
Oh, you give daddy hugs?
Give me a hug. I need it. I need a hug. I need a hug.
Give a head hug. There you go. Oh, so that's sweet. Congratulations to those two. And let me see here. Oh, now this was a big story yesterday. And I didn't go live yesterday, of course, yesterday evening. So let's cover this today. This situation with Gary Owens. I really think this is a sad situation because I followed it a little bit initially when they first
There's a report.
announced their divorce and things like that. And, of course, any infidelity is hard, and of course, you're in the wrong. But I mean, their divorce. He accepted responsibility. I mean, he's always, seemed like he's accepted his part in the demise of their marriage. And he went on Shannon Sharp and revealed that he now has two infant twin sons, and that shares that his relationship with his oldest children from his first marriage have deteriorated since his divorce, and that's sad. So let's hear what he has to
Not
say.
have a relationship with my kids. I was like, I hate that thing. Like, I'm gonna do it right this time because I didn't do it wrong.
You don't think you did it wrong the first time?
I don't think I did it wrong the first time. I was very conscious of how I spoke to them, how we disciplined them, how I never put them down. If all the sports and stuff.
There's a report that you just recently welcomed twins.
Damn, you know everything. Yeah.
Congratulations.
I did.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And one's white, one's black.
Nah,
Crazy.
man, stop.
Swear to God, one's got blue eyes. Cause you can tell by the nipples in the. One's got blue eyes, got these pink nipples. The other one brown eyes, brown nipples. I said, dang, I have twins, and one's black and one's white.
Did you think you was gonna be a father again, or did you want to become a father again?
That's a layered question. Didn't think I wanted to be a father again, and not have a relationship with my kids. I was like,
Okay.
if they played, I was always like, I was the fun dad.
Right.
I was like, it's not a big deal if you lose. I was the fun dad. And I was coaching some of their teams and stuff. So I don't say I did it wrong, but it's twofold. I didn't see myself being a dad, but I think not having a relationship with my kids, the twins now, they're just awesome. Right. They're awesome. They're in that idolizing dad stage.
Right.
They're young.
You like that?
They're young. They're like 9, 10 months. It's just happened. So yeah, and that's the same thing. That's what sucks too, is my kids, they don't know them.
Right.
They don't have a relationship with them. And I don't want to meet them when they're 4 or 5.
Right.
So that sucks too. If they played, I was always like,
I hear that you're a deadbeat. What's your relationship with your kids right now?
I don't have one. It's been 3.5 years.
Really?
Yeah.
How hard is that for you?
What do you think? It's a nightmare. It's like they're my greatest accomplishments and my greatest failure at the same time. But to see how it's just crashed and burned since the divorce, and this is all since the divorce.
Do you believe she played a role in the divide with your kids?
I'll say I'll take the blame because I didn't ensure that my relationship with them was so strong that no matter what anybody said to them, they could be like, nah, my dad's good. So, I was gone a lot.
Right.
I'm on the road.
Right.
And that's part of the deal. But I really don't know. I don't want to throw stones and stuff. I don't know. I don't know if she's at the house saying your dad ain't I don't know. I do know blasting me on social media didn't help. And then other shit happened.
I hear that you're a deadbeat. What's your relationship with your kids right now?
I just don't know where it got so bad. You know what I mean? That I'm just literally the worst human being on the planet. And it's funny. I ran into my ex last week. We was on a plane. I'm on a plane from Atlanta to Cincinnati.
Come on, Gary.
I ain't got nowhere to lie now. I just said I cheated. That's been the freaking elephant in the room. So I got nothing to hide anymore. So I'm sitting there and I sit on a plane. I go, ain't no way this is happening. Ain't no way this is happening.
That's what I'm saying.
I went like, I mean, I was in the window like.
You like a kid. You like a kid looking out the window.
Yeah, that's my bag. That's my bag. So she didn't see me when she got on the plane. We go to baggage claim. She sees me. She comes up. We start talking, asking her like, how do we get this right with the kids? And then I keep telling her like, look, when they call, I'm there. I don't care if I got to show them, cancel it. The minute they say, Dad, I'm ready to talk, I just don't know where it got so bad. I'm out.
Right.
I'll go to where they're at. So when I talked to her about the kids, I told her, I said, I wish you would
help
just say it's time. It's time, because they do listen to you.
Yes.
Enough. There's no abuse here. There's no mental abuse. There's no physical abuse. They had a great childhood.
Yes.
Great. Private school, paid for my daughter's college. I mean, just stuff you're supposed to do if you have it as a dad.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm just like, I don't know how I became this evil human being that they want nothing to do with. I was like, I'm not perfect. I'm out.
Right.
I'll go. I read somewhere that somebody said, when you go through the divorce, when kids are little, they idolize their dad. And then when divorce happens, they demonize them. And then as time goes by, they humanize them. Clearly, I'm in the demon stage right now. But it's just been so long that I got to sneak around to try to just lay eyes on them. I read somewhere that somebody said,
and that's pretty sad. And so I wanted to play just to see what he said. He was very respectful of her in this interview. He definitely went out of his way to not paint her in a negative light. And she has to respond to this. Like, he said nothing negative to you for you to feel like you had to respond to anything. And I feel like it's my opinion, this is just my opinion, I think that she is definitely playing a role in the way that his children are treating him. Yes, he messed up, but you don't have to put the fact that he was a bad husband and make it that he was a bad father, because it's not coming off that he was a bad father. It's just that the kids are choosing sides and having an allegiance to you, because if you guys have followed this even a little bit, she always has something to say. And she spent a lot of time downing him. And so she, of course, after he did this interview, she had to go in here and make a comment. My growth is not feeling the need to address mistruths anymore. But what are you addressing? He never said anything about you. The grace and kindness I have shown you in this space to tell lies and false narratives for sympathy and attention without correcting. You are a great storyteller. Sometimes I get caught up in your versions. And then she added him. And then she also says, I am always kind and cool with you. I purposely never make it awkward. I never bother you. I have given you my suggestions on the situations, but you don't respect their boundaries, which is why you discuss this again on social media. I don't know what else to do to help you. Always wishing you well. No, what you need to do is just tell your children that whatever went on between the relationship with me and my husband has nothing to do with how he's been as a father. He's always been good to you guys. And, granted, this is a little hurdle that we're getting over, but you could facilitate them having a relationship with their children. I think that's wrong. Hey, you guys, I see you guys slipping on here. Hey, Mrs. TR. Hey, Cat Eyes. Let's see. Hey, Voracious One. Welcome. Hope you guys are off to having a great start of the day. So I just thought this is a kind of sad situation that you would allow your kids to be having this type of attitude with their father. So, he did nothing wrong. I mean, that's just as much his situation as it is hers. So there's nothing wrong with him speaking on it if that's what he wants to do. Okay, so let's see. You guys, there is a huge beef going on. Even look, the girlies are getting some diss tracks going themselves between Sukihana and JT. So I don't know what's going on, but Sukihana did put out a diss track. She said, just know I got another one in the vault. Let's see the lame response she comes with. Also, babe, the plug said you reached out, but there's But here's one more for you. So I'm pretty sure this is probably going to be some music. Definitely not going to play that. But yep, she dropped they said a diss track. And say she has more in the chamber. Look, everybody wants to get in on the diss tracks. You know, it's making money and things of this nature, so everybody wants to be in on this. So let me try to find. I want to find the lead in to a story that we're going to get a bit more into. Let me try to find it because I did get some footage about this. And let's see. Surprised it's not right here. I could have sworn that I saw it yesterday, kind of on the front page news. Let me see. Because we definitely need to talk about this. Um, and I'll just talk a little bit about it while I'm trying to get to it. But why does it seem like, so we have another police unaliving, right? And to the point, here it is. Here's part of the story. So it's so
Year-old
sad.
Roger Fortson was killed last weekend. We know that. The Air Force says he was a senior airman deployed with the Special Operations Wing at Hurlburt Field in Florida, and he died at his off-base apartment. A local sheriff's department says a deputy was responding to a disturbance call when he encountered an armed man and shot him. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump says that Fortson was on a FaceTime call with a woman. According to Crump, she says that Fortson was alone when someone knocked on the door. But when he asked who was there was no response. After a much more aggressive knock a few minutes later, Fortson checked the peephole but didn't see anyone. And that's when the woman says that he became concerned. He got his gun, which he owned legally. Then deputies burst through that door, saw him with a gun, and fired. According to Crump, the woman said there was no disturbance during her call with Fortson, and she believes deputies went to the wrong apartment. The lawyer, Ben Crump, issued a statement. In part, it says, quote, "We are calling for transparency in the investigation into Roger's death and the immediate release of body cam video to the family. His family and the public deserve to know what occurred," end quote. Now, the deputy.
Okay, I also want to read this. So just so we have even further clarity, it says senior airman Roger Fortson, 23, was at his Okaloosa County, Florida apartment on FaceTime with they say it's his girlfriend, when he heard a knock on the door. When he asked who was there, no one said anything, according to the friend who unfortunately witnessed the murder on the call. Fortson, or unaliving, so sorry. Fortson eventually became suspicious after another aggressive knock and went to look through the peephole but didn't see anyone. So mind you guys, this can all be heard on his call, on his FaceTime call. Then Fortson retrieved his registered gun and went back into the living room. That's when the Okaloosa County Sheriff's deputies burst through his door and fired 6 shots into Fortson in what they claimed self-defense. How is that self-defense when you're sitting in your own house? The witness says she heard Fortson say, "I can't breathe," after he was shot. He succumbed to his injuries at the hospital. The circumstances surrounding Roger's death raise serious questions that demand immediate answers from the authorities, especially considering the alarming witness statement that the police entered the wrong apartment. Attorney Ben Crump said in a statement citing the account of the friend who witnessed the ordeal. The Okaloosa deputy, who conveniently hasn't been identified to the public yet, is currently on administrative leave while the situation is being investigated. It's important to note that this is the same exact sheriff's office that was under fire just a few months ago because a deputy shot an unarmed, handcuffed man after he assumed a falling acorn was a gunshot. So, here's the issue that how come it never seems that they make these accidents at a white person's home? I don't get it. These things never, They never burst into the wrong white person's home and unalive them. Good morning, Lady Couture. Good morning, Venus. How are you ladies today? So why do these accidents always happen to black people? We don't hear about them at just, running into random white people's homes and unaliving them in their home on accident. And this young man is military personnel. So you guys, let me go here because I was sent this video. Thank you so much, Katina, who sent me this FaceTime call. So here's the call with his girlfriend.
Do not move. Stop moving. Stop moving. Hang on, man. We got EMS coming for you. Don't move. We're good. We're good. You got a gun since you opened that door. I haven't even gone inside the building yet. Let's go. Let's go. Sheriff's office, everybody else, make the crowd stop! Watch the door around, go left. On the ground, on the ground. Yeah. Going over and pushing? Go ahead. Go. Keep going. Yep. Sheriff's office, make the presence known! Go. Move up. Sheriff's office, right here. Sheriff's office, open the door! Pull up. Coming from here, Sheriff, open the door! Blue.
Now, you guys, this is not the full video. So this is from Attorney Crump's account. He says Roger Fortson's girlfriend recorded on FaceTime his encounter with Okaloosa County, Florida Sheriff's deputies to provide transparency into what happened during the FaceTime video with Roger. His girlfriend and her attorney have instructed us that we can release a portion of the FaceTime video that was recorded at the time of this tragedy. So I am just happy that this was recorded, because if it wasn't recorded, we would have never heard the truth in this situation. We would have never heard the truth in this situation about what happened to this young man had this woman not been on the phone at the time of his demise. Okay, so here at the Neighborhood Talk, you guys, let me see if I need to say hello to anybody else drifting in the room. Okay, doing good, Venus, doing good. Okay, so here looks like they encountered Kimura.
Or was it a surprise to you when you saw the pictures?
It's a loaded question. I don't think she had in anything. I think that was just she's a young, pretty girl, and I think that we don't think that the toads that we may kiss is going to be like broadcasting the thing. And I personally feel a little bit like she was set up, which is why I try to teach the girls, right?
What do you mean by that?
Well, there's definitely an age dynamic there, and I just feel like, I feel like she was set up a little bit.
Did you feel a little bit embarrassed by it, or were you like, it is what it is? What were your thoughts?
Probably both. I probably was a little bit embarrassed, but you know me, I'm definitely like, it is what it is, honey. Come on home, let's go. Mama's got your back.
So did Dad
coming?
So did Dad or you up
Dad
her monthly allowance?
Is non-existent. No.
So no up in allowance.
I do the allowance, and no, it hasn't been up.
And Diddy, how are his daughters? How are the twins? I know that
they're great. It was just my birthday, and they came over. We had dinner together. Jesse and Delilah. Yeah.
How are they coping with everything? There's a lot going on, in
They're being fabulous, and I love them so much, and I have their back. I watch all their animals. They're juniors in high school. They'll all be together at school next year. Them with Kenzo, and they're really, really actually good big sisters to Kenzo and Gary and Wolf, and I think they love that because they're the little ones in the house normally, so I think they get to feel like the big ones. But they're just beautiful, and I love them so much, and I, have their back always and forever, and they know that.
Last, right? How do
Kimura is speaking as if Diddy's twins are kind of in her home a little bit. So I guess if she can be that presence for them, and that mother figure for them, but it's just she says that she was, a little embarrassed, but she was kind of just like, okay, it is what it is. Come on home. I think that's a little odd for her to say that somebody set her child up. No, your child, who is, of legal age is gallivanting around with this old man, this 65-year-old man. So nobody set your child up. Your child had clear intentions on what she wanted to be out and doing. And yeah, and it just got caught up. Look, the world knew. So let's see. That's so weird. I'm not even gonna read that. Okay, what do we have? I'm gonna play this because I just thought it was funny, you guys. So, before I click on it, because it'll start playing. So this lady put on here, y'all, why I ordered some Chinese food, but ended up changing my mind and getting Chipotle. Why these Chinese people done called and left a voicemail checking me? She said, I'm screaming. Let me play the voicemail, y'all. I heard it last night.
Baby, I just want to let you know if you don't can come in here get it, or you wanna can you call back or cancel order, or if you can take the order, just don't call, okay? You are with the food, okay? With Indians throughout, okay? A lot of people are hungry, so I need a lot of people needing food, baby. Don't do it again, please.
When he kept saying baby, I knew he was serious. He was just like, But that is very rude to do that to a business. I mean, if you change your mind, let the people know because that is a waste of their food, the time and everything. They can't do anything with that unless somebody orders the same exact thing that you initially stated that you wanted. So, look, don't be rude, y'all. Okay. Okay, so you guys, y'all know with the situation going on with Drake and Kendrick, everyone is still speaking on it. So let's see what Joe Budden and his people had to say about how people. What I have participated. Good morning, Katina. Good morning, Curly. Hey, Gangsta Granny. Good morning. I have watched this whole rap beef and things like this, but what I do want to know is, I don't know. I guess there's so much we never know what Drake is doing behind the scenes because is the hate that he gets warranted? Or I think a lot of it in the whole situation with Kendrick and Drake, I do feel in my opinion that Kendrick Lamar won that. I think that goes without saying. I think pretty much everyone agrees. I think even if you are a Drake fan, you're like, ugh, oh my God. I'm a fan of his, but you know, Kendrick did smoke him. But I think a lot of the hate that he gets is rooted in jealousy because he's hugely popular, he's very successful, and I don't think a lot of people, they want to refer to the fact that he's mixed, he plays on that, he doesn't really know the culture. They want to bring up basically that he's not really they just question his blackness, and I think that's a whole different topic that should be delved into because I don't know why they target Drake for this, and this is why a lot of it I think is BS because J. Cole is a mixed race man. He has a white mother. They don't say the same things about Drake that they say about J. Cole. Or they don't come for J. Cole in that same manner. They don't question J. Cole's blackness. They really don't. And so it makes you wonder why they choose to concentrate on the fact that Drake is biracial. We have lots of biracial artists in here, and no one has ever had their blackness questioned the way that Drake does. And I don't know why. Don't know why. Put it in the chat, you guys. Do y'all think it's justified or what's going on here? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think it's a little unfair. So let's see, what else do we have here, you guys? Y'all know we have to get our little news where we can because it has been a little dry, you know. Okay, what's this right here? So it says Supreme Court votes to charge teen captured on video slapping his teacher as an adult, allegedly assaulted another teacher as well. Now this was ridiculous. Oh my goodness.
I don't want it. You want me to hit you again? I don't want it. You want me to hit you again? Oh my God. Oh God, stop playing with me. I told you.
Honestly, I wouldn't be a teacher out here to these kids for nothing in the world.
What? You think that affected me any? You want me to hit you again? You want me to hit you again? I don't want it. You want me to hit you again? I don't want it. You want me to hit you again? Oh my God. Oh God, stop.
That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. So it says a North Carolina high schooler who was caught on camera assaulting his teacher will be facing adult charges. According to court documents, 17-year-old Aquavius Hickman was indicted on assault and kidnapping charges last week from 2 separate incidents. So this kid has just been a menace. Okay, this child has been a menace. It says the first incident, which landed Hickman his second-degree kidnapping and misdemeanor riot charges, was an attack on a male teacher at school. The teacher, Larry Edwards, says Hickman pushed his head while standing in the hallway. I walked up to the desk to get my phone to call the office, and he mockingly walked behind me, and I happened to turn around to see him, and the students started laughing, Edwards explained. The next thing I know, he had taken his hand and smushed my head, and everybody started laughing, and he ran out. The second incident, which went viral on social media, showed Hickman walking up to a female teacher and slapping her. His case was transferred from juvenile detention to Supreme Court, where a jury voted to indict him. In a statement from Forsyth County District Attorney Jim O'Neill, he said, "We stand with teachers. We will fight to protect those teachers. And if you lay a hand on a teacher and assault a teacher, you can expect the punishment will be swift and severe." Good. Yep. So that's what showing off on social media gets you. You know, yeah. I stand behind that decision because look, I'm not pulling no punches. We raising a lot of look, Heidi B, you just said it. Okay, I did see something about that with DJ Vlad Baps. So let me just come across it because there was something brewing with DJ Vlad and something that he did with a and see oh my goodness. So this is what happens here. A Californian Oh wow, Californian teens awarded $1 million after they were wrongfully expelled from school for doing blackface. Substance was determined to be a green facial mask. You won't believe this. After being expelled from a prestigious Catholic high school due to allegations of blackface, 2 teenagers from California were awarded $1 million after a Santa Clara jury determined the expulsion was unjust. According to the Daily Mail, the boys, who go by initials AH and HH, covered their faces in dark green medicine in the offending shot that was taken 3 years prior to its discovery. There were also a picture of the boys in white face masks taken 1 day before the green one. In June 2020, a different student at St. Francis High School downloaded a duplicate of the dark green photo from a friend's Spotify account and sent it to the group chat. The image reappeared the same day as a meme about George Floyd, and it went viral and provoked controversy due to the boys seemingly making blackface. Then on June 4th, 2020, Principal Katie Teakill called HH's parents less than 4 hours after school started, informing them that the youngster was not welcome back to SFHS. SFHS By June 17th, the families were being informed by the school's attorney that the image's disrespect was so grave as to warrant instant dismissal. The parents of the boys claim no true investigation was had to find the origin of the picture before such a drastic decision was made. On June 19th, the teenagers withdrew, but HH ran into trouble when he tried to sign up for the football team at his new school. Principal Tico originally said if he left voluntarily, the incident wouldn't be on his record, but this fell through. The SFHS had to inform HH's new school of his actions. Based on the norms of the region, he was prohibited from participating in sports for a year, which forced his family to move to Utah so he could complete his senior year of football. The jury determined the boys were wrongfully expelled and the pictures were taken out of context. They awarded $1 million, and SFHS has to reimburse the family for moving to Utah. And someone said this too. And see, this is just how, man, somebody says, doesn't matter what it is, they were not posing to show off their care routine, and I find it sickening they're being rewarded for this. So somebody else said, so can the black children who keep getting suspended or kicked out of school for rocking their dreads and afros at these schools be awarded some funds? Yeah, let's be fair. So somebody said not awarded, for mistaking the color they use to carry out their racist ploy. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all agree with that story, how that went down? Yep. So let's see. Let me see if I can find this story with DJ Vlad. Oh, my goodness. Look, we're going to touch on this until I find it. If I can't find it for this show, we'll definitely talk about it and I'll get everything together for tonight's show. It says a 26-year-old woman charged with first-degree unaliving after shooting a man over $60. She spent $47 of the $60 on hot wing combos and was later turned in by her mother. Oh, my goodness.
Well, investigators say Hayes' mother saw her daughter in this story on TV, recognized her, and she's the one who called police. Hayes is now expected to be in court tomorrow. He's accused of killing a man over $60. But what's even more shocking is who turned her into police. Kenyatta Hayes is accused of killing a man on Fillmore Avenue near Cherokee Park Monday. Memphis police released this surveillance video asking for the public to help find the woman in the video. Well, investigators say Hayes' mother saw her daughter in this story on TV, recognized her, and she's the one who called police. Hayes is now expected to be in court tomorrow.
Wow. Look, these people are going out bad and just, they don't care about their life. Like, you can't. To do something like that, you don't care about your life. And that's sad. That's very sad. Okay, so you guys, before I click on this, let's get your opinion. Please put it in the chat. So I want to know, is this appropriate? It says a teacher responds to receiving backlash for letting his female students unbraid his hair. Says people wouldn't have a problem with it if he was a female. Actually, I think I would, because first of all, I don't know. Let's see. Is this okay? Is it okay for your kids to be in school regardless of any capacity, taking down their teacher's hair? Especially when, honestly, look, us ladies, we know this is a paid service right here.
Friday, 10 minutes before dismissal time, I decided to live stream my students helping me take my hair out. There was quite the discourse in the chat, which had people saying this was inappropriate and other people saying this was completely fine. There was nothing wrong with what I was doing, and people were just making it weird. So of course I had to bring this issue to the big stage. I would like to represent myself in this case, Your Honor, if I may. Number one, for a little context, I had a hair appointment immediately after school and I needed my hair taken out beforehand. I would have taken it out the night before, but that Friday we had a camera crew coming in to shoot a promotional video and I was one of the ones being interviewed. So I had to look presentable, so I didn't take my hair out. I didn't have the time to do it all myself because it would have taken me forever. So naturally I asked about 4 or 5 of my over 100 best friends to assist me in taking my hair out and they all agreed. Number 2, this was at the end of class. This week we were doing STEM fair presentations. Since it was Friday and all of my students did an excellent job on their STEM fair projects and presentations, I told them if we get one solid presentation in this class, I'll end class a little early and they can have fun and play basketball, darts, or be on their phones or whatever. And during that time, my team would help me take my hair out. A couple of these were students from my class, but others were students from other classes. I wrote all of them a pass at the beginning of the class period, requesting their assistance 10 minutes before dismissal. I told the teachers only send them if all of their work was completed and they had good behavior. They all met the criteria, so 10 minutes before dismissal, they showed up for their job. My next point I'd like to make is if I was a female teacher, those people wouldn't be in the comments saying, oh, this is weird, this is inappropriate. Because me personally, I don't think there's anything weird about this. People are saying, oh, that's too intimate. To me, it's literally just hair. It doesn't have to be weird. Some people have never had cool teachers, and it shows. I personally believe that building authentic relationships with students is paramount in being an effective teacher. I make sure my students know and can feel that I care about them beyond the schoolwork and all the stuff that I have to make them do. I take the time to get to know my students outside of academics because caring for the whole child is what's important. Some of these students have been with me since I was a substitute 4 years ago. They see me as a big brother or a father figure, as some of them say. And me, I don't want kids of my own, so all of these kids are literally my children. And in case you're wondering about their parents, most of them follow me on social media and always talk about my videos with their kids. They always tell me that they're so grateful that their kids have someone like me in their life. In my admin, they're well aware of my social media presence and they love my videos. To me, this is just another wholesome moment that I'm having with my kids that I was fortunate enough to catch on film. Since I'm a science teacher, one thing that I teach my students about is symbiosis. Symbiosis deals with the relationships between organisms. The type of relationship that I like to foster in my class is mutualism, or mutualistic relationship, which means both organisms benefit from the exchange. So when my students have good behavior, complete all their assignments, and do everything that a scholar is supposed to do, I reward them with downtime and just time to just be a kid, be on their phones.
No, their downtime was benefiting you. I don't know. How y'all feel about this? I think he's definitely a cool teacher that they like and everything like that. But I also think the next time you need to do that on your personal time. Yeah. 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 That needs to be, that's your personal business. You should have gone home and took your own hair out, let alone just recording. I think it just don't, yeah, it gives off, we're not saying that anything is happening, but it's definitely inappropriate for school. I definitely feel that it's inappropriate. So I mean, I can see both sides. I definitely see what he's saying, and I don't really want to come down too hard on him, but I just think going forward, let's not try to act like this is really something that you should have been doing in class, especially when you're sitting here talking about, oh, if they have downtime, they can enjoy the stuff. That's not enjoyment. Taking your hair down, that benefits you. That benefits you. So that's actually a service that some people even pay for. So it would have even been inappropriate if you paid them because they're your students, and it is on school time. But I don't think he was, I'm not going to paint him that he's doing something intentionally bad. I just think he needed to, next time he can make another decision. And yeah, I see this, Angel. Hey, good morning, Sip and Talk. But I don't even think I think my stance would have been the same too. Just because I know like that's something that people get paid for and you're just coming over here and getting a bunch of people on your head so to handle your personal business. That's your personal business. And I feel like you really did make that decision to, oh, I'm this is not anything I'm going to pay for, you know. I just get the girls in my class to do it. So I don't know, you know, I definitely think, going forward, just know that that's not the move to make. I definitely think that's how we can go with that. So let me see. Let me see if we have one more thing to cover. Thank you guys so much for coming in this morning and hanging out. If you didn't get a chance, please hit the like button on your way out. And let's see. Okay, so look at this. So, sports reporter suspended after uncomfortable exchange with Caitlin Clark, where he told her to do the hand symbol, the heart hand symbol to him. Do that, do that to me, and we'll get along just fine.
Okay, well, let's start doing it to me and we'll get along just fine. So, question is, Caitlin, Greg Doyle, Indy Star. Real quick, let me do this.
You like that?
I like that you're here. I like that you're here.
I do that at my family after every game, so.
Okay, well, let's start doing it to me and we'll get along just fine. So, question is, Caitlin, Greg Doyle, Indy Star. Real quick, let me do this.
You like that?
I like that you're here. I like that you're here.
Yeah. Here's my thoughts on this. Just like, so, look, I agree with somebody who just said at the top of the comments, if he had said that to a black player, a word would not have been said. He wouldn't have been addressed at all. He definitely would not have been suspended or anything of that nature for that interaction if he had did that to a black female player. So yeah, I think there's some privilege going on here. And ooh, what the outrage! How dare he say do that? And he'd be good. But I think had he said that to anyone else, no one would have given a damn. I believe that. So, da 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 da. Uh, oh, what's going on here? It says a Florida A&M university to investigate a $237 million donation after finding financial inconsistencies in donors' past. If it turns out to be a scam, the entire leadership should resign. So, let's see. As joy turned to internet dismay over this past weekend's record 237 million donation to Florida A&M University, donor and CEO Gregory Jerami says he doesn't understand the concerns despite his past criminal record and financial inconsistencies. Okay, this is the donor. Like, I'm looking at him. I mean, everybody has different styles and things like that, but you definitely don't look like you holding 237 million. Okay, so it says, according to Tallahassee Democrat, the 30-year-old hemp farmer, investor, and entrepreneur garnered the national limelight with his contribution, what looks to be both the largest in history at FAMU and any other 100 or so historically black colleges and institutions, or HBCUs, in the country. The founder of Batterson Farms Corporation, Jerami, was scheduled for a late afternoon online news conference by FAMU's communications office on Monday to set the record straight and address any concern regarding the historic stock donation. Okay, some people see this as a gift. Still others question whether Jerami's generous donation is too good to be true, given his public background of financial inconsistencies, such as last year when he was recognized as the anonymous giver of the 95 million transformational planned gift to Coastal Carolina University. According to the Myrtle Beach Sun News, things became sour over a 4-month period. In response to the intense online discourse, FAMU released a statement on Sunday. The institution said, "We are fully aware of the skepticism that sometimes comes with such a large gift. As anticipated, some of the public has been and will continue to investigate Mr. Jerami, although FAMU intends to sell the equities of the Jerami stock before the end of the year. Details about a prospective date cannot be given due to an NDA between the two. If this turns out to be a scam, the entire university leadership should resign for a massive lack of vetting," a Howard University alum, Jarrell Blakely, wrote in a column of Education News Flash HBCU Digest. Okay, so somebody said, "Do they ever question white donors like this?" So not quite sure what's going on there, but we shall see, you guys. Okay, you guys, that's it for our morning show. Thank you guys for coming out. I definitely appreciate you guys tuning in this morning. Wishing you guys a fantastic Friday. Once again, we made it through the week. Thank the Lord. And I will see you guys this evening at our night show. Put your notifications on, but it's usually between 6:30, possibly 6:40 tonight, Central Standard Time. Okay, you guys? And once again, thank you guys so much for joining me this morning. I definitely appreciate it. Have a wonderful remainder of your day and see you guys tonight. Bye.